Welcome into a special edition of Game Night as we preview Loudoun United's match versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies over at Segra Field in Leesburg, Virginia. We are 30 minutes from kickoff. I am Derek Forrest. Now, the last time Loudoun United was on the pitch, it ended in a 2-2 draw. This was 2 weeks ago, and after a few weeks off, the Red and White are still in search of their first win since May 9th. Tiger Munn checked in with the team as they are set to take on the Rowdies.
Another week and another match for Loudoun United as the team looks to turn the page from a 2-2 draw against Sporting Jacks, which doesn't sound too bad at first, but when you consider the team was leading late in that game, it's a disappointing result from both the players and the coach's perspective. And this week they take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a team they took out earlier in the season, that ending in a 3-1 loss for Loudoun. But it is a new week as the playoffs are still getting closer and closer, and while this team is still in the hunt, they need wins, and they need them fast.
And we were a real threat for them away from home. We had a couple of chances in the game. We hit the post when it was 1-0. They had a lot of chances as well, actually, first half, but we defended very well. And I think on a different day, it could have been we could have nicked something from that game. So we definitely know that we can get at them, we can score against them, but then also we have to be on our game defensively from the forward players all the way to the defence, to the goalkeepers, to make sure. I mean, they're very high scorers in the league, so we'll have to be up for that. But I really do think we can threaten them, and we can score against them.
Yeah, I mean, they've been flying since we played them, so it'll be a tough game for sure. We know that. But I think we played all right, or we played fine against them last time, and we matched up against them well, so we'll be looking to do the same thing and try and get some points off them.
And a team looks to change their fortune this season, starting with the Tampa Bay Rowdies as they take them on at home on Saturday, July 18th, over at Segra. Reporting in Leesburg, I'm Tiger Munn, DC News Now.
All right, thank you very much, Tiger. How about this? Earlier this week, we learned the Black and Red, DC United, they're going to take on the Red and White in Loudoun United in what is being called the DMV Derby. This will take place on Wednesday, August 5th over at Audi Field. And this is going to mark the first time these two clubs will meet in a setting like this. The hope is this will help strengthen the connection between the two clubs while uniting two soccer fan bases. Kickoff for the game will be at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, August 5th. All right, well, getting back to the Loudoun United match with Tampa Bay this evening, the Red and White know they are in for a battle. Tampa Bay currently sits atop the Eastern Conference with 31 points, and our Tiger Munn's caught up with the head man, Anthony Limbrick, about the big game.
We start off with last game, a lot of late drama in that one. Just how did you feel about the results, and how did you feel about the team's effort overall?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm glad you said the word effort, because I thought the effort was absolutely outstanding. We had a big crowd, great occasion for the game, and to be 1-0 down at halftime and come back and be 2-1 up going into the last minutes, I thought was a huge effort from the team, from the players who started to the subs to everyone. The effort was definitely there. We were really disappointed, however, conceding such late on, and it was a killer blow, and it was as if we'd lost the game in the changing room or in the locker room afterwards, and really disappointed for the fans and for the players because they really deserved to win that game and were by far the better team. So we were disappointed with that one, I've got to be honest, but we go again. We get back to it and hopefully put in a similar performance like we did to that second half, and then hopefully that'll get us the 3 points.
And when it results like that, when it's, you feel the win but it ends up in a draw, just as a coach, what are you telling your team in the locker room, and how are you kind of keeping their spirits up in those moments?
Yeah, do you know what? I really felt sorry for them because I thought they did everything right. It was a great strike for the last goal from them, so credit to them. But yeah, there's not a lot you can say. You try and console them, you try and pick them up. Again, we had a really good week's worth of training last week, and we trained well again today. So that's all you can do. Keep going, keep working hard, and work hard on doing those moments and winning those moments of the game. But in terms of the effort and work rate, was very pleased with them, and that's why I felt sorry for the players afterwards.
And mentioned the work you guys had last week. Coming into this week, how'd you feel about the team's practicing? How you feel about the team's effort? And how do you feel about Tampa Bay? Yeah,
good. Listen, Tampa are a good side. There's no doubt about that. They're top or around the top for a reason. Got good attacking threats in their team, experienced players. But look, we're at our place. We're going to go for the game. We'll try and win the game. There's no doubt about that. And we're looking forward to it. I think there's no better way to get the first home win in the league than by doing it against a quality team like Tampa. So we'll be up for it.
And the heat is just keep getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Just as a coach and as the training goes on, just how are you kind of tempering the weather while also making sure the guys give 100% in every practice?
Yeah, I mean, look, they certainly do. We've adjusted training times and made sure that we're doing things at the right time for those reasons. But listen, the guys are used to it. So a lot of them by now training through this heat. Not all the coaching staff are used to it like myself, but no, look, it's been good, and you look at the games are mostly at night now, so that's good for us as well. But no, listen, we crack on and deliver the sessions, and they still work ever so hard.
And last time you guys played Tampa, Thor got into the back of the net. Just when you're looking back at last game, and of course, different team, different setting, different point of the season, how are you kind of taking what happened the last time you guys played them, but implementing something new for now when you guys play them?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, we were a real threat for them away from home. We had a couple of chances in the game. We hit the post when it was 1-0. They had a lot of chances as well, actually, first half, but we defended very well. And I think on a different day, we could have nicked something from that game. So we definitely know that we can get at them, we can score against them, but then also we have to be on our game defensively, from the forward players all the way to the defence to the goalkeepers, to make sure. I mean, they're very high scorers in the league, so we'll have to be up for that. But I really do think we can threaten them, and we can score against them.
And speaking of, just a lot of the differences between now and before.
Yeah.
Of course, last time you guys played them, it was a lot of different weather, a lot of different point in the season.
Yeah.
But this team was also different. How do you feel like this team has grown and gotten better since that point, way back in early in the year to now in July?
Yeah, it's a really important point. I feel like we are getting better. We are growing as a team. The performances are getting better, which is important. And we've got some of the players that were injured during that start of the season back, like Abakura, like Pedro Santos has come back in after an injury. We've got Christian Torres back in. Aiden is coming back on the way back. So Sean is back in. There's a lot of players who are coming back, which I think really helps us and makes us a stronger and more competitive and better squad.
You mentioned Abukora being able to play as now too. He scored in the last game, and in fact, he had the goal to go ahead at first. When you're just seeing him being back in the rotation, you're seeing him play out there. Just how exciting is it to have a guy like him back?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, look, he won Young Player of the Season for a reason last year. He's a big threat for us. He's scored 2 goals already, and could have probably or should have had the winner in that game. So yeah, look, he's been a great player, and what he does is, though, he works ever so hard for the team, and that's been really impressive. He's setting the examples as one of the more attacking players, of his work rate, of his interceptions, of getting back behind the ball. So yeah, we're really pleased with that.
And on the defensive end, we talk about the offense a lot. Everyone likes when people score, but defensively, it's important to make sure no one scores. So on the defense, just what have you seen from that side of the ball, and who have you really been impressed with this season defensively?
No, listen, we always say that we all defend together and we all attack together. So it's not just the defense; it's about the whole team. Do you get what I mean? So we want to defend from the front, and I think the forwards have defended well from the front. I think Ethan has a special mention in the game. I think he's made some great saves. The goalkeeper, I think Noah's been consistent. It's been really good having Jake Erlandson, the captain, back as well. So I think there's been a lot of good performances in there. We just need to put that all together to get that result.
And last couple questions from me. We got to talk about the fans. How much different do you think this game's going to go against Tampa now that you guys are home now with your fans instead of being away over in Tampa?
Yeah, no, listen, we love playing at home. Our fans have been absolutely brilliant to us. Last week with that July 4th game was amazing. The turnout, the fans, the kids, the families, the way they stayed towards the end to watch the fireworks. And we're always appreciative of them. They can see that we're working hard and trying as hard as we can. And we want to repay them by a good performance and hopefully get that win.
And last question for me, Coach. We are in the final stages of the World Cup. How you felt about the tournament and having it in here in America? The first year you're here, it's almost like they set it up for you to be here.
Yeah, no, well, it was quite interesting. I did an interview a while ago about USA '94. It's probably the first World Cup I got involved in as a young kid, many, many years ago now, and I feel like it's come a full circle back round to being in America. I remember my mum in Australia let me stay home and watch the final, Brazil v Italy. Brazil won on a penalty shootout. So, yeah, it's fun. The full circle round, and then to be coaching in America has been great. So we've really enjoyed it. It's been great to have the games on. We've watched a lot of the games together as a squad. And it's been brilliant. I'm not used to probably working during these major tournaments. So for the season to be running during that time has been great, but I've been enjoying it.
I got to ask one more question. Remember last time you mentioned Abukora and you kind of having a little bit of a rivalry because Australia was going against Egypt. How'd you feel about the result of that game? And did you guys go back and forth after that?
Yeah, well, it was actually on the day of the last home game. And we were joking. I said, as long as he scores, then Egypt can win and beat Australia, I'd be happy. He just happened to wear his Egyptian shirt to the game after they won. So fair play to him. And I thought they were a good team and deserved it. So, yeah.
All right, coming up on the show, we're going to continue to preview Loudoun United's upcoming match. But first, Chris Russell from the Team 980 gives me his second half expectations for the Washington Nationals. That's next on Game Night. Welcome back into Game Night with Washington Nationals. Returning from the All-Star break, they still find themselves within striking distance of a wild card spot. Now I caught up with Chris Russell from the Team 980 to get his second half expectations for the team.
I mean, right now it's about stabilization. So they start in Sacramento against a plucky athletics team out of the break here. So that's a far away from home. I mean, we all know that they need better relief pitching and better late inning relief work. But a lot of that, I believe, starts with the starting pitching. So the thought for me is to stabilize yourself over the next 2.5 weeks before the trade deadline so that you don't have to unload everybody. And everybody could include your best pitcher right now, Foster Griffin, who's on a 1-year deal, because the market probably will be high for a talented left-hander who's having a great year, right? So I want to not be in that position. The only way they won't be in that position is if they start winning some of these games that they should be winning and need to win, quite honestly. So that comes out of the gate to reverse the end of the first half of the season on the road, maybe a little bit less pressure there. Maybe they can at some point here get one of these talented or starting pitching options that have been gone for so long. Trevor Williams, Jake Irvin, Josiah Gray, Matt BJ Hers, I'm sorry, not Matt Hers, DJ Hers, one of those 4 guys, 2 of those 4 guys, if they can infuse them into the rotation at some point over the next couple of weeks, it's almost like making a trade and bettering yourself without having to surrender anything for it or without having kind of a demoralizing feeling in the clubhouse where you're like, we're trading away guys, we're kind of giving up. I want to avoid that as much as I humanly and possibly can, and that's what you have to do. I think, close out some of these games, of course, that you should be winning, and you have late inning leads, and again, getting 1, 2 of these starters, of these 4 starters back that they've been missing to help out, so that they put less pressure on their bullpen.
All right. As for the Washington Commanders, because they're up next with training camp starting in about a week and a half or so, what are your expectations for the Commanders? I know we're still a little ways out, but what do you think so far?
Yeah, don't remind me that training camp is starting in a week and a half. My expectations are this. I expect a harder training camp. Let's start with that. I think last year was soft because they played 20 games the year before. So I think Dan Quinn was trying to reward them, trying to, ease off the gas pedal, if you will. But it certainly, I believe, cost them early on in the year when they came out kind of sluggish against the Giants, won that game, but not easy, and then got really blasted by the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau on a Thursday night in week 2. And like this team needs a really strong start when you're looking at Philadelphia, at Dallas, home for Seattle, and then London in week 4. They need to be no worse than 1-2 through that first 3-game meat grinder against Philly, Dallas on the road, and Seattle at home. If they're not, and they're 0-3, going to be really tough to overcome that. Not impossible, but really tough to overcome that. So what I'm looking for is a better, crisper, more intense training camp, less veteran days off, more playing time in the preseason, and then hopefully what you get to see is when the regular season hits, you get to see a better and juicier pass rush with the additions of Owe and Caleb Chason and Sonny Styles and everything, and some of the other additions that they made. And then on top of that, you hope to see a more balanced running attack and bootleg and play action, which hasn't been a huge part of the offense over Jaden Daniels' first 2 years. And obviously it goes without saying they need to stay healthy. And if you can do all that, and that's a lot of ifs, then I think they can compete for a playoff spot. Do I think they make the playoffs right now on paper? If I had to say yes or no, I would probably bet against it. But I would say it's probably right now in my mind 50-50 as to whether they make the playoffs.
All right, coming up on the show, we've got more from Chris Russell as we take a look at the Washington Capitals and the Washington Wizards. That's coming up next on Game Night. Welcome back into Game Night. While it may be the middle of the summer, hockey and basketball season is right around the corner. And with Alex Ovechkin returning for at least another year, there's still high expectations for the Caps. I spoke about this with Chris Russell from the Team 980.
Well, again, they've got to better on the defensive end. With losing Rasmus Sandin for much of the year, and of course no John Carlson coming back. But they add Vinny Descharnay, who's going to help them in front of the net, physical presence, shorthanded, so penalty kill, all of that stuff. I think that's huge. If they can stabilize the back end, and they also lost Trevor Van Riemsdyk, so really half of their defensive group last year, much of last year is gone. But you add in the young kid that they brought up at the beginning at the end of last year, and again Descharnay, they should be okay enough with the ability to add probably as the season goes along. I'm really curious to see how much more dynamic the front six, the top six, is with the additions of Jordan Kyrou and Alex Tuch. Tuch is a big boy. I want to see him camped out in the middle, high to low slot area, just banging away at rebounds. I want to see more shot attempts. I want to see more shots on goal, getting cheaper, dirtier goals instead of trying to be pretty and set it up and fly up the ice and use your speed. Yes, all of that is important to gain the zone, but it doesn't have to be to finish the offensive possession.
All right, and finally, let's take a look at the Washington Wizards. Obviously, AJ DeBonta, their first-round draft pick, top overall pick, looked good in his first two games. What are your expectations for the Wizards?
Yeah, was a little disappointed to see him shut down so quickly in summer league, but what are you going to do? You want to keep him healthy.
It's because you were hoping to see him in person.
Exactly. And thank goodness I didn't spend the $200+ on tickets that it was going to cost me to see an AJ DeBonta less Washington Wizards. But anyway, just back from Vegas. Obviously what I saw was impressive. What my expectations are, I think it looks like they're not going to trade Anthony Davis. Who knows if he'll be healthy? If they can be healthy, and if Song's ready to go and Davis is ready to go at the start of the season, you would hope that they get off to a good start. But what if they get off to a sluggish start because they have so many moving pieces? What if they have injuries to start? And we got a long way to go between training camp and preseason and whatnot to get to mid-October to find out some of those answers. But say they get off to a sluggish start, a bad start. I don't know if they, depending on how bad it is, if they stay patient with their coaching staff, and do they make a move to replace Brian Keefe? Or if they get off to a good start, can they then sustain that with guys that have not played in important NBA games in their entire career? And that includes DeBonta, obviously.
Well, coming up on the show, we're going to continue to preview Loudoun United's upcoming match versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies over at Segra Field. That's next on Game Night. Welcome back into Game Night. For the first time in what seems like forever, Loudoun United will go into this match with Tampa Bay at full strength. The club has been dealing with injuries basically all season long. I caught up with Loudoun United beat writer Ryan Kiefer as he gives us his keys to victory for a healthy red and white squad.
So for Loudoun, the keys are kind of to continue to press and press up high with their attackers. Bring Murphy up front, or bring Murphy forward a little bit more, so then that way he can work with the four attackers and kind of challenge Cicerone and kind of keep him on the back foot. Noah Adnan that's going to be a pretty good challenge for him when it comes to Cicerone's play. Myers and Luis Perez kind of handle things on the right side, so you're going to see Sal Mazzaferro and Kwame Wui kind of picking things up a little bit more too. So I think the keys is to kind of like keep things, keep the attack going and kind of have Murphy be a dominant part of it for them. And make sure you kind of contain the flanks. The offense for Tampa is kind of a little bit different than past years. There are a couple of really good players for Tampa, but nobody that really sort of stands out. However, that said, collectively they play very well as a unit, so you have to kind of disrupt that. So you're going to have Murphy and Bolowak and Yodi, and they're trying to do what they can to disrupt such things. And then, kind of keeping things, knowing what your basics are in the back with Erlinson and Mazzaferro. Those are going to be key factors as well. It's going to be tough to score against Tampa. So if you can kind of, manage their attack and sort of keep them at bay, it's likely going to be another hot one. So you want to go ahead and kind of keep them under control and try to do what you can to disrupt things in the middle for them and on their right hand side. Their flanks are good, but I think that they're a little bit vulnerable in those areas as well. So attack the flanks. And have the center part of midfield kind of challenge them a little bit more and maybe kind of step on their toes a little bit, and it could be an entertaining one at Segra.
All right, up next, Loudoun United. They're looking for their first win since May 9th as they take on the top team in the USL Championship Eastern Conference, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. over at Segra Field in Leesburg, Virginia. Not just looking for their first win since May 9th, but also looking for their second win of the season if they can do that in front of the home crowd. But that's going to do it for another edition of Game Night. Have a good night.